There comes a moment in every person's life when everything feels uncertain. You wake up on a Monday morning. The alarm rings. The room is quiet. Your dreams feel bigger than your confidence. Your goals seem farther away than they did yesterday. And somewhere deep inside your mind, a small voice begins to whisper, maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I'm too late. Maybe success belongs to someone else. But what if that voice is lying? What if the greatest limitation in your life isn't your talent? Isn't your education? Isn't your background, but simply the story you've been telling yourself? History has introduced us to many brilliant minds. Inventors, leaders, dreamers, scientists. But very few people changed the way humanity thinks about reality itself. One of those people was Albert Einstein. When people hear his name, they imagine a genius, a man with impossible intelligence, someone who understood secrets that ordinary people never could. But here's what many people never realize. Einstein wasn't born knowing the answers. He spent his life asking questions, again and again and again. He once said, "The important thing is not to stop questioning." Think about that. The world celebrates answers. Schools reward correct answers. Exams reward correct answers. Society rewards people who appear certain. But greatness begins with a question. Every breakthrough starts with curiosity. Every invention begins with someone asking, what if? What else is possible? What happens if nobody has the answer yet? Too many people stop growing because they stop asking questions. They believe they've reached their limit. They accept life exactly as it is. And without realizing it, they quietly surrender their future. Einstein refused to do that. He challenged ideas that had been accepted for centuries. He questioned reality itself, not because it was easy, but because curiosity was stronger than fear. Imagine living with that mindset. Instead of saying, I can't, you begin asking, how can I? Instead of saying, this is impossible, you ask, what if everyone else is wrong? One question has the power to change an entire life. But curiosity alone isn't enough. Because every dream has an enemy leakage. Nobody enjoys failing. Nobody enjoys rejection. Nobody enjoys making mistakes in front of other people. Most people avoid mistakes because mistakes are embarrassing. But Einstein saw mistakes differently. He famously said, anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Read that again in your mind. Every mistake is proof that you had the courage to move. Every failure is evidence that you refuse to stay comfortable. Think about a child learning to walk. They don't succeed on the first attempt. They fall again and again and again. Yet nobody calls that child a failure. Because everyone understands that falling is part of learning. Then why do adults forget this truth? Why do we believe one failed business defines our future? Why do we think one rejection determines our value? Why do we let one bad chapter convince us the entire story is over? Success has never belonged to people who never failed. It belongs to people who never stopped. Life isn't asking whether you will fall. Life is asking, what will you do after you fall? Stand up, learn, adjust, move forward again. Einstein also reminded us of something that millions of people forget every single day. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. What a simple sentence, yet what profound wisdom. Balance isn't found by standing still. Experience doesn't come from thinking. It comes from moving small steps. Tiny improvements, daily progress. Many people spend years waiting for perfect conditions. The perfect job, the perfect opportunity, the perfect amount of money, the perfect moment. But perfection never arrives. Action creates opportunity. Movement creates momentum. Every successful person you admire started before they felt ready. Every entrepreneur once doubted themselves. Every athlete once lost. Every speaker once feared the stage. Every master was once a beginner. You don't need certainty, you need courage, and courage grows only while moving forward. Not while standing still. There is another lesson Einstein gave the world that has nothing to do with equations. He said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Think carefully about those words. Knowledge tells you what already exists. Imagination shows you what could exist. Knowledge explains today's world. Imagination builds tomorrow's world. Every airplane, every smartphone, every medical breakthrough, every successful company once existed only in someone's imagination. Someone dared to see what nobody else could see. Someone believed in an invisible future before it became reality. Now ask yourself, what dream have you stopped imagining? Was it because someone laughed? Because someone doubted you? Because life became difficult? Don't allow reality to become a prison for your imagination. Your future is created twice, first in your mind, then in the real world. Protect your vision, fade it, strengthen it. Because everything extraordinary begins as an ordinary idea inside someone's imagination. Einstein also said, logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Logic is necessary. Planning is important. Discipline matters, but imagination is what gives purpose to discipline. Without vision, hard work becomes empty. Without purpose, success becomes meaningless. Ask yourself today, what kind of life do you truly want? Not the life your neighbors expect. Not the life social media celebrates. Not the life fear has chosen for you. What life would make your soul feel alive? Because that answer is worth chasing, there will be critics. There will be obstacles. There will be days when progress feels invisible. And there will be moments when quitting seems easier than continuing. But remember this, the greatest journeys always begin with a single decision. The decision to believe before the evidence appears. The decision to continue. Before success arrives, the decision to dream. When everyone else chooses comfort, today that decision belongs to you. Not tomorrow, not next year. Today,